Welcome to BesTeas, where the tea is hot and the laughs are even hotter.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Sean,
We're your favorite duo.
ready to spill with you, dish with you, and serve up all the laughs.
Let's get into it.
Hey, besties! Okay, so you ever have one of those moments where you catch yourself doing something and think, oh God, I've become my parents? Maybe you used to make fun of people who got excited about a good vacuum cleaner, and now here you are comparing suction power like it's a sport. Or maybe you swore you'd never be the person who enjoys a Saturday at Costco's, and yet suddenly free samples and bulk toilet paper are your thrill.
Literally went to Costco today, so I can attest to this. So
Cheers.
today we're diving into all the things we swore we'd never do, but totally do now, from becoming oddly passionate about home organization to actually understanding the weather app. We're embracing the little ways adulthood sneaks up on us. So grab your sensible shoes and let's laugh or cry about the things we once judged but now fully embrace.
Let's get into it. But first, let's do a little catch up on our week before we do our complaints apartment.
Yes, because Sean had a very big week and we haven't talked because I didn't want to bother him on vacation that much. I mean, I still bothered him, but I gotta know, how was the other
Not
week?
not a lot, honestly. I was thinking we were going to talk a lot more. I was surprised.
Well, I didn't want to bother you.
I know, I know. It was really, really good. It was a great week. It was a very, very nice beach day on Sunday and Monday. We went Saturday to Saturday, so Sunday to Monday was great. It was like mid 70s. It was the perfect beach weather. Tuesday and Wednesday it rained, so it was kind of nice. Gave us a little break. We did like some shopping and just some other like little things to kind of pass the time. And then Thursday and Friday were hot and sunny and beautiful, but it was like Friday was very, very hot, like 85 on the beach. So it's good, but that's usually the weather that I'm not always the biggest fan of because I don't like being super hot on the beach. And then we left yesterday, came back here, and then the rest of my family left this morning. Some were super early, and then the other ones were a little bit later. So my brother drove, so he left here at 12:15 this morning, and he got home around 6:30. So he made great time.
Amazing time.
Like 6 hours and 15 minutes. I was like, damn, that's like freaking ridiculous. And then I dropped my parents off at about like 6:30 this morning at the airport, and they left, I think about like 8:40. So they're already landed, they're back safe. Unfortunately, it did not sound like it was a great flight for them. So that seems like
Oh.
it is a repeating factor.
Where did they fly out of?
They flew out of Reagan and into Logan. But like a couple weeks ago when I came back from Chicago, Kevin and I had a horrible flight, and then they had a horrible flight going home today. So I was like, damn, maybe it's just in the air. Like Mother Nature is not about us humans right about now.
Same airline?
No, we flew Southwest, they flew American,
Oh,
which, if y'all know, going from like these small little commuter airports, so like Reagan to Logan, it's an American Eagle, which is like way smaller. It's only like two and two. And it was actually owned by like Republic Airways, which I think is like similar or if not a little smaller than an American Eagle. So every little bit of turbulence, I'm sure they're feeling it. So I'm just glad they're safe. Yeah, my mom texted me when they landed and she just said, she said, I'm glad to be on land. Can't wait to ride my lawnmower. Which I was like, okay, if that signifies precious land for you, I'm all for it, mom. But yeah, it was not the best flight for them, supposedly. So just glad they're home safe and sound.
and are there any flights in and out of Worcester to you guys?
There there are, but they're harder to come by and they're a little more expensive.
Cause like, uh,
They don't run as frequently as Boston does. Like they only run on like certain days. Like I'm pretty sure out of Worcester, a lot of them are they run frequently during the week, but because they left on a Saturday, I think it's like limited on the weekends there um for Worcester to DC.
yeah, I'm trying to think if it'd be worth it to fly.
Yeah, I mean, she already said she was like, we're gonna probably take the train next time or
Cause
drive because she was
yeah,
like, I'm not doing a plane again for a while, which I was like, okay. And Kevin and I are getting back on a plane on Sunday. Um, but that plane will be much bigger, so we're probably not really gonna feel anything.
yeah. As long as people aren't like, there's a woman churning butter on the way.
Literally. Well, and it was funny because Kevin made the joke today because the last year, was that last year or 2 years ago when we flew to Ireland? Or actually, yeah, we were going to Greece, but we had our first like layover in Ireland, and on that flight there was a medical emergency on the flight. So Kevin was saying earlier today after I told him about my parents, he was like, "Well, at least like I'm not nervous about this flight because the plane is huge, so we're not really gonna feel anything." But he was like, "Let's just hope there's no medical emergency on the plane."
Literally.
But it'll be fine. There won't be. I'm manifesting positive thoughts, positive trip to and from.
Nice. And so
Yeah.
your house was right on the beach, is that correct?
Yes, the house was right on the water. It was absolutely beautiful, spoiled, felt so grateful, and so spoiled that we were literally right there. And there was a pool there if we didn't want to go to the beach. There was a hot tub. They had like everything. She had an arcade room, so there was like a pinball machine and like this other like arcade game that had a bunch of different games on it, like Pac-Man and all these other things. So the kids were kept pretty well entertained for sure.
And was this like Airbnb or VRBO?
Yeah, it was Airbnb. Um, Made sure I got those good ratings, those good references. Everybody knows like who has Airbnb. If you don't know this, you need to do it. You always like write a like reference or like you provide feedback to your
A review.
Airbnb host. Yeah, a review. Thank you. Jeez, I don't know why that was so hard. Um, do it because the more you do it for other people, they'll do it for you, and it's actually like you can get a booking over somebody else who doesn't have as many reviews. It has already happened to me once. So just think about that, folks.
Yeah, no, definitely. I know. I booked a bachelorette trip and I was like, if you guys ruin my rating, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yo, for real.
I'll have to open a new one under another email because this has been going on for like probably like close to like 7 years now. I have had a great rating. So,
Yep.
okay, maybe we can all rent a house with like a bunch of friends like at that house or something.
We should. We should. It was honestly a great spot.
And like what a nice kickoff to summer, like just before and it's like not too hot, just perfect.
Not too hot, not too cold. All we needed was a light jacket. No, it was perfect, and we didn't realize that it's still like off season there, I guess.
Yeah.
So it was like bare, which was great because it wasn't like everybody says the main route. It's kind of like the Cape. There's only one road in and one road out, and everybody said it's always mobbed. So we were grateful that it was not at all.
I don't know what's happened. My allergy really just kicked
Mm,
in. Um,
Bless you. My God.
Thank you. I think it starts Memorial Day weekend, which is like the end of May, but
Yeah,
it was probably cheaper for you too.
it was. It was a lot cheaper. Like by like each couple saved literally like $400. I'm not even kidding. It was a huge difference. Um, so naturally, what you do when you end a trip, you already talk about your next trip. So we're already planning our next trip. Probably, it's not going to be 2026. It'll probably be 2027. So everyone has
Cool.
a chance to save and do something different.
And did they have like beach chairs there and umbrellas, or did you have to bring your own?
We had to bring some beach yeah, we had to bring all the beach chairs. She had some stuff, like she had a cooler that she left behind for us to use and a couple other things, but overall like we had to bring the chairs and tables and stuff like that. So luckily my brother drove, so he
Yeah.
packed all of that in the bed of his truck, and everybody had a chair and we were all good to go. And my sister met us there and she also drove. So she carried some stuff too. So it worked out.
Cool, cool, cool. I love it.
Yeah. And obviously we drove and we took a couple chairs too. But how was your week, Britt?
My week was fine. I went into office 2 days, which was fine. Like, it's just so crazy to me. I can make it there in like an hour and like 7 minutes or something, but coming home, I leave at 3:30 and like at like 3:28, I'm like packing up my stuff and like basically just ready to shut my laptop at 3:30 and be like, "See ya." I don't get home till like 5 o'clock. And then, like, you think about it, an hour and a half. And it doesn't matter. I've tried going down Route 9 the whole way. I've tried going down Route 9 until I get to Shrewsbury, turning off, going through West Boylston to Rutland to home. Nope. Tried Shrewsbury to Worcester to Holden. It's like no matter which way I go, it's an hour and a half. With all the traffic, it's like,
It's horrible.
oh, God.
Honestly, the drive is more draining half the time because all you want to do at the end of the day is just be home. And when you work from home, it's hard to like make that adjustment. It's going to be a huge adjustment for me when I'm driving for 4 out of 5 days a week.
Ugh, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. And for you guys, that's another hint for Sean. 4 out of 5
Yeah,
days.
for real. For my training, that's what I gotta do. I gotta go take my training 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5. It's
Oh
gonna
shit.
be fucking intense.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had a good week. I'm glad it seems like you met your quota now for the month, so you're not gonna have to go back in. So that's good. You're not gonna have to listen to any more fucking partition crazies going on in the background answering their fucking phones.
Oh my god.
Now you get to just chill, which is great.
Oh, also today we picked up a cruise, a free cruise at Mohegan Sun that we're gonna be booking
Yeah. So
for real.
pumped for that. That's gonna be sweet. We're gonna have to like look at that when we get off because it was not any that I was expecting. So we're gonna have to do some research.
Better or worse?
No, I think a couple of the options are good. We just have never done them and obviously didn't look on the website. When we were looking at Royal Caribbean, so we'll have to just look at the other websites to see where they go.
And if they don't work out, we can always book another one with you guys.
Right,
So,
right.
but it also
Exactly.
said that so Jeffrey gets to bring himself and a guest, obviously, moi. But then it also said that like you can bring additional people for an additional cost. So I was wondering if like maybe we could get a suite where like there's 2 bedrooms and maybe like a living room.
Hell yeah.
It's a cheaper option.
Yo, that
Um,
would be litty titty.
right, because then we could like play pitch if we want, like
Yep,
whatever
yep.
training
And then
or
we can just pay whatever it is after you guys pay it. We'll just pay you what we owe.
right, right. And
That would
also,
be sick.
I know. And Jeffrey was saying that the people in front of him, the guy got a free cruise and his wife gets another one. And so instead of them like each bringing a guest, they get the free room with his and then they upgrade with hers.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so like I wish I spent more at Mohegan to get a free cruise, but I mean it's not free when you're spending, but
Yeah, right. But we
uh,
thank Jeff for his service.
yeah, we sure do. We've gotten like 5 free cruises and have not done it, so I'm really excited because we're really doing it this time.
Yeah, you
Um,
are.
But it would be sick if we could upgrade and then have you guys pay the difference of whatever it is to have a suite. That would be even sicker. We could have like a balcony or whatever.
Dude, that would be litty fucking titty. All
I
right,
mean,
we're
if
looking
we
into it.
still do that. I told Jeffrey, I was like, maybe we get the free cruise, we upgrade like what, like okay, so let's say it's like $1,000 to get a balcony, and then add you guys in, like whatever. Because I think it said you pay anywhere from 150 to 450 for like fees and taxes, which whatever
Yeah, that's
that's
not bad. That's still cheap.
100% yes. And then you pay like $16 to $18 in tips a day, which I'm like, okay, so you go for
Yeah,
5 days, that's $100, like
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. That sounds pretty comparable to the other ones that I've been on.
Yeah, so that's fine. So I'm excited.
Let's look into it.
Yes.
All
Okay.
right, besties. So let's talk about some complaints. We're going to dive right into this week's episode. We're going to listen to the complaints first. So, Brittany, what do you got for us this week?
So lately, my washer has not been draining. Like, we've been filling it kind of heavy, but like kind of not. Like, it's definitely been heavier. You know, you shove that shit in there. You want to get one load instead of two. But
Don't you
lately,
know?
yeah. So lately, it's just been like saying that it gives an error code, and then the door locks and it doesn't drain, so the water sits in there, and you unplug it, you plug it back in, you unplug it, you plug it back in. You know, you do this for like I don't know how many times. You've wasted the whole day, you haven't gotten anything done in the laundry, and then once the door finally unlocks, you take out half of it that's stopping, we like throw it in the shower, and then have the washer like spin it out, then we have to rewash it again. It's a hassle. I don't think we need a new one, but we've been pretty cautious of like not overstuffing it, and it's still happening. Like Jeffrey said, it happened this past Friday when he did, or Thursday when he got home and he threw a load in. And I'm just like, bruh, can you please just work the way I need you to?
For real, that fucking sucks. There's nothing worse than like a major appliance going. How appropriate for this week's episode talking about appliances, but yeah, it's so annoying when a big appliance like that is like on the fritz because it just alters. We don't realize how much we rely on something until it's acting up or it's broken and then you're like, fuck, like I gotta get my shit together, figure this out.
Literally. What about you? What's your complaint?
So one complaint I have a few this week, but one like major one that I have is so obviously over this past week we were on vacation, but the day before we left and the well yeah, I'll just say the day before we left, we Kevin and I gave everyone our beds. So my parents slept in our bed, my niece and nephew slept in the kids' room, and then my brother and his wife, my sister in law, slept in the guest room where I am now. And we were like, yeah, no biggie. Like, we'll sleep downstairs in the living room because we only have three bedrooms, and we'll blow up an air mattress and it'll be fine. Like, no worries. So my complaint is someone needs to figure out some sort of whoever these air mattress manufacturers are, Coleman, Intex, like all of these Supreme fucking mattresses. I shit you not, we spent like $110 on this mattress. It's the one that is like probably 2 feet tall, like so it feels like you're actually in a bed. And we haven't used it since we moved here. It was brand new. Like we had used it multiple times on trips and like everything was fine. We woke up in the middle of the night, the first night everyone was here, and I felt like I was on a blob. I was literally like, my head was like this, my leg was up over here, my ass was in the air. I look over, like, Kevin's freaking sideways, and the freaking mattress lost air, or it fucking popped, or it did something. So we ended up having to like obviously it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, so Kevin just hopped on the couch and slept on the couch, and then I literally just lined the floor with a bunch of pillows and just slept on the fucking floor because I'm like, we're not going to blow this up at 2 in the morning, we're going to wake up the whole fucking house. So that's one of my complaints this week is the fucking air mattress companies. Like figure out some sort of like non rippable or non hole piercing bottom or something. I know that like Coleman makes these mattresses that like they fold out and they have little legs like the chairs, so
Oh yeah.
you're suspended above. But those, from what I have heard from two people that have bought those also are trash. Like they don't work all the
Oh
time. So
no.
we need to come up with a better solution. Someone needs to come up with a better air mattress. Like we're coming up with all these inventions every single day. We're inventing new technologies, new things. Like, can we go back to the basics and maybe reinvent some shit that actually fucking works and won't pop? And I won't have to waste like $120 every fucking year or every few months when my fucking mattress dips. It's so fucking annoying.
Yeah, let's stop sending Katy Perry to the moon and let's focus on air
For
mattresses.
real. For real. Okay, which I don't know if you saw,
Where did
but
you go?
I'm just closing my door. I don't know if you saw, but there's been something going around that like she wasn't really like she like photoshopped her
AI
what?
or something.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, okay, people, we need to like come up with some better fucking habits or some better things to kill time because this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know if it was true or not. I
Ah,
think
so yeah, that's one of my complaints.
no,
Air
I'm here for that.
mattresses.
My other complaint is um I made those cupcakes for Jeff's golf team and the Rice Krispie treats with
Mm.
the white chocolate golf balls. And
Yeah, they
then,
came out so good.
did I tell you?
What?
They canceled the freaking banquet.
No. Why?
I was pissed too. Because the other coach didn't feel well, which okay, I get it. Like, but
So?
that night, that night that I did the cupcakes, he was sitting right next to me having dinner, and yeah, he said he felt terrible, but I literally said, "All right, Jeff, you ready to go? I have to like finish up the cupcakes and everything." He could have said like, maybe hold off on that. I don't want you to make them, and like, but I'm like 90% sure it's canceled. Like,
Oh my God.
I
That
spent,
sucks.
I know, and I spent days like,
Yeah, and they looked so good.
right, and like I did the white chocolate golf balls, the
Yeah.
mold first, so that like I knew that was all set. And then if those didn't come out good, I was gonna pivot and do something else. So I did those on like Tuesday because I was like, white chocolate will hold up for like years, like whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Wednesday, I was like, it's too soon if the banquet's on, or no, that I did the golf balls on Monday. Tuesday, I didn't do anything. Wednesday is when I like made the cupcakes, made the buttercream frosting, made the Nutella cream filling, did the drizzle of the green chocolate on the Rice Krispies, all of that. And I literally, it was one of the days I went into work. It was the first day I went in, woke up at 5 a.m., hauled ass to Westboro, didn't get home till 5, 12 hours later, and then immediately started like doing the cupcakes and freaking Rice Krispie treats and everything else.
Had no break.
Well, I did. I went to dinner, but only for like a half hour, and I was like, Jeff, let's go. Like, stop talking to people. Like, wrap it up, wrap it up. Like, and then I
Gotta
like,
get to this banquet.
yeah, and then I like finished around 9 p.m. Celtics were playing, and I'm like, I'm going to bed. Like, good night. And then he's like, it's not happening. I'm like, are you kidding me? Then they were supposed to do it Friday, and I was like, okay. And then Jeffrey's like, none of the kids are going to go. They're going home. They have other things. Da da da. Didn't happen Friday. They're doing it Tuesday. I'm like, well, fuck me then.
So what did you do with all the shit? Did you just bring it into, did you have Jeff bring it into work so at least he could like share it?
No.
You're just eating them every day?
No, we haven't really been home, to be honest. But, so I think the Rice Krispies will make it because I put them in those
They'll
bags.
definitely make it. They'll
Yeah,
definitely last.
so he can pass those out on Tuesday. And then the cupcakes, we had a Celtics party on Friday night. Jeffrey like bought a new projector and a new
I saw.
yeah, I was like, the screen
It
is
was a
huge. I'm like,
nice it was a nice setup though. It was mint.
It was, and it is easier than our last setup, and I guess it's better. But we had people over for that, so I was like passing them out, and some people
You're
had
like, perfect, it's a Celtics game. Anyone want golf ball?
to.
Cupcakes?
Right? They're like, well, the color is right. I'm like, just fucking eat it and shut up.
Right. Just tell me how fucking good they are, you little bitch.
They did say they were really good, and I did
I'm
like
sure they were.
I didn't even just do like regular cupcakes. I made my own freaking frosting and I filled them with Nutella cream filling. Like it wasn't just like a cupcake, like they were like nice cupcakes. Never mind how aesthetic they were. Even the freaking little flags I made on my Cricut. Like,
I know, it looked so good. I saw the photos and I liked them, and then I think like 5 or 6 hours later, like we were just like hanging out, everybody in the living room of the Airbnb, and my mom just goes, "Oh my gosh, did you see this? What Brittany did?" And I said, "Yeah, I saw it. Like I liked it or whatever. You see my little heart down there?" And she was like, God, she is just so good to him. She took all that time to make those. She is so good. I was like, I know. She's so good. She's a keeper.
oh,
So
I
you
love
got a
that.
fan, you got a fan all the way from North Carolina. She didn't get to eat them, but she said you were real good. And I agree.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Everyone's like, you should open your own side business. I'm like, listen, I could not go through that again.
For real. It's a lot of work. And you do run them like every now and then. Like you do the one during the holidays with the cutting boards and like a couple other things, but yo, a girl can only do so much, y'all.
I do not want that to be my everyday. I know some people do it, but I'm good. I mean, maybe
For
if I had
real.
my own kitchen for that specifically, but
Yeah. Or like two kitchens, so you had one kitchen you can cook and then one kitchen you can bake.
vibes. Until then,
Vibes. Until then, we stuck here on Earth.
sorry, we're not Katy Perry.
Right? For real.
Okay, are we diving into the topic? Should we
Let's
play?
dive in. Let's dive in, bestie.
Let's do it. What do you have for us?
All right. So, a couple things that obviously we were thinking about, like things that we have said or have done that like we swear we would never do, but now we like or we value. I think a perfect example that you were just talking about was the washing machine. So, a couple things that I wrote down was where is it? Okay, so when Kevin and I first moved into our second home, the one in
I
Gardner,
already know this story.
we literally were like, okay, like instead of getting each other like birthday gifts or Christmas gifts, like let's get something that we both really need or that like we need for the house. So our anniversary gift for each other that year for our third wedding anniversary was a storm door for the front of our house that we were just like fuck it, like we'll just go out, we'll splurge, right, like we'll make ourselves feel so special. So we bought a storm door, installed it ourselves because the new house that we had bought didn't have any sort of storm door for the dogs to look out of and like see people, and it's nice to just like open the screen, have the cross breeze, whatever. And then another one is a snowblower. So that following year for Christmas, the house that we had before, we could shovel it because it was so small. But when we bought our house in Gardner, the driveway was so long that we were like, there's no way we're fucking shoveling. So we bought each other the snowblower for our Christmas gift that year. And it was just funny. Like, we kept saying, wow, isn't it funny that, like, what we used to get as kids or teenagers or even in college, now we're like, yes, we get a snowblower. And I will tell you right now, that was still to this day, we say that is one of the best things that we did for each other. And when we got it, we like could not wait to go out. Like we wanted it to snow so bad so we could use the snowblower and get it going and like start ripping that fucking snow off of our driveway because as you all know, New England winters are fucking crazy. But those are things that we never thought we would say or value, but here we are. 20 it was what, 2023, and we were like, yeah, we getting the snowblower.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say something about your hot water heater, but I think that was when the girls came, not when you bought the
Oh
house.
my God. Yes. And that like was not even a gift for each other. That was like a fucking matter of necessity.
Yep. Also, what'd you do with your snowblower?
I sold it to one of my good friends who I used to work with on my previous
Oh,
job.
perfect.
Yep, I sold him my snowblower and my leaf blower.
Dead. Love that for him. All right. One of mine was complaining about the price of groceries, like it's a personal attack. Six
Ugh.
ninety nine for strawberries in this economy?
Yo, for eggs, bitch, eggs are fucking up. Like the fuck. My brother
Oh,
just got chickens, and I was like, yo, I hope when I come up there in July that I'm getting some free motherfucking eggs. Hopefully, well, it takes about 6 months for them to lay, so I probably won't, but maybe around Christmas time I'll get some eggs. But yeah, we out here struggling with egg prices. The fuck?
are you driving?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What else do you got for
Oh,
us?
sorry. That was a little delay. I was like, where are we going with this? Okay, so this is one thing that like I actually reflected on this past week when we were younger, like when I was a teenager and my oldest brother was like just going into college. Well, he like went part-time or whatever when he said he was going, whatever. No, other whatever. So I'm glitching. Um, so he used to come home and my sister would come home from her boyfriend's like once every few days and my mom would always just sit around the dinner table and just say, oh, I'm so glad like everyone can be together and we're all here and we're together. And the whole family used to make fun of her. Like it used to be every time we were all sitting around the table someone would say, oh, I'm just so glad we're all here and we're all together. And when we on this vacation that we just had, I think it was like Tuesday, or it was Monday because it was the day before it was like raining, and I was just kind of like hanging out in my beach chair, minding my own business. I was super quiet, and my mom was just like, "Are you good? Like, how are you?" And I was like, "I'm honestly just feeling so blessed and so grateful that like we're all here, we're together. I get to see my family, my brother, my sister, my niece, and my nephews, and like I'm just so glad we all get to be here together." And I literally like instantly started laughing. And she was like,
Oh,
"What?" She's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I remember making fun of you when you used to say that, and now I'm the one sitting here saying like I'm so grateful or whatever." And then we just talked about like how much we love everyone and blah blah blah. But yeah, it was just funny like those little things that you don't appreciate as a kid, but as you get older, you're just like, "Oh, I just love that like everyone's together, we're all happy, we're all excited to be here and like it just family's just the best. At the end of the day, nothing else matters, you know?"
yeah. I thought you were gonna say, and I just started busting out crying, but you said laughing, and I was like, I think I'm gonna cry if like they cry, because you'd
Mm.
probably make your mom cry, and then I'd
Oh
cry.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, and like it was just a nice little like when I picked up my parents from the airport when they first got here, like you just appreciate each other a lot more. Like I hugged my dad a little longer and I hugged my mom a little longer and like we both kind of got a little like watery eyed just being like
Oh,
I've missed you, whatever, so like
okay, now I'm gonna
you
cry.
just yeah, you just have like a different appreciation for each other, especially because her and I are like you and I, right? Like we talk all the time, sometimes every other day. Like we're super close, but it's different when you're there and you can like physically hug somebody or be in their
Oh,
presence. Like it's so different. So that
yes.
was nice. So yeah, it's stuff like that that I'm like, oh my God, I've turned into my mother.
Just hearing that makes me cry. Okay. I don't know if I'm getting my period or what. Oh, does everyone think you're jacked?
No one said anything.
What? They're jealous.
It was funny too because the first couple days I was like, no one said it, like no one's noticing anything. But
The third day you walk out after you do
uh,
50 push-ups, you're like, oh
literally,
God.
well, and like the Monday, or no, it was Sunday. It was the first morning we were there. I ran 7 miles,
Oh,
and
right.
then And then I took a break Monday, Tuesday. I like worked out, and everyone was just like, "Cool, like how was it?" I was like, "The fuck." So maybe I'll be better in July.
Yeah, now you feel like you gotta really pump it up.
Yup.
I'm on strictly protein powder.
Literally.
Okay, saying, what's that noise when you hear new music? And then turning on your 90s 2000 playlist for real
Yep.
vibes.
So
Oh,
true.
what is that
So
song?
true.
It came on today. It's like, I was like, it has a great beat and I really like it, but I have no idea what they're saying. It's like, abadi babada or something.
I'm blue, da ba dee da ba da.
Yeah,
That song? Yeah.
no, no, I know that song, but
Oh,
what's that new one? I don't even know. Next time it comes up, I'll send it to you because it has a really great beat, and then it just says part of the song, and I'm like, what? What are they saying here?
mm,
Like, it's horrible. I don't know. I bet you it's on like Kiss 108's top countdown.
could be.
You can go on yours. I'm gonna research it. Oh, apparently they stopped after the year 2022.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna have to look on Spotify.
So another one that I was going to talk about was turning off the lights. Because like when you're a kid, you don't really like it's never really a big deal. But now like anytime Kevin and I are home, but even just like I've noticed like when we were on vacation, it was like every time someone would leave a room and leave the lights on, like especially my nephews or my niece, like they'd use the bathroom or whatever, and everyone would be like, "Turn the lights off."
You're not even paying the electricity bill. Turn them off!
I know. Well, I mean, especially here too, like when they would wake up to like go to the bathroom in the middle of the night or like whatever, like we'd come down or we'd go upstairs and just see like all these random lights on, and I'm like, turn off the lights.
Yeah. Another one is driving in silence for no reason.
Oh my gosh, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Like scary how often I do that.
Deep in
Wow.
thought.
Yeah, that's a good one. And some days I like don't even realize I'm not listening to any music because I'm so deep in thought with myself, and then I'll realize after like 20 minutes, oh shit, I'm not even listening to anything. Like I'm in complete silence.
Right, like what? Why is it so quiet?
And sometimes I need it, honestly.
That's a vibe.
Okay, so you kind of touched upon this earlier, but like just complaining about noise in general. Like Um, I feel like when we were younger, it was never a really big deal, but like now when you go to bed or like you're out late, it's like, oh my God, like what is that noise? Why are people like out and about? Or even like when I was laying in bed at the Airbnb, I was just like, I think after like 10 minutes of laying there, I looked over at Kevin and I'm like, do you hear that? And he was like, no. And I'm like, it's like a wop, 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 wop. And he's like, I literally don't hear anything. And I'm like tossing and turning, like so pissed at this like small little fucking minuscule noise. But I'm like, it's just fucking bothering me.
Plot twist is your parents' vibrator. Wom, wom, wom.
Yeah. Oh, I
They're
can't.
like, weird, we heard that too.
Yeah, right? Oh, God.
Dead. Um, Putting on SPF and moisturizer like it's your religion, and lecturing anyone and everyone under 25 about preventative skincare.
That, like, I resonate with that hard. Especially recently, like that's I always part of my like skincare routine now is I put SPF on my face just because like you never know. And when I was on the beach, I bought this like huge hat. So like I
I
would
have one
cover
like that.
yeah, so I would cover my face and like a lot of my shoulders just because whatever, you gotta protect it. This is the money maker.
For real. What else do you have?
Um, Correcting people's grammar or pronunciation. I
Ugh.
never thought I would be that type of person, but there are certain situations that I find myself in that I'm like correcting
Yeah, I
people's
feel
grammar or
personally
pronunciation.
victimized myself. I am a victim of this nonsense that you put out into the world.
If any listeners have been here since season one, you'll know that the whole reason why us spelling words and saying them was whatever incorporated into the pod was because I had um, helped or I had corrected Brittany's grammar and pronunciation. So yeah, I
But
just feel like I also feel like it's kind of it's not so much I mean it can be for adults, but when you're around like your niece and nephews too, it's kind of like you can't help but like correct them. So sometimes I like annoy myself because I'm like, Sean, get over it. Like we're way too little. Like it's not that big of a deal. But I think it's just like force of habit of just like, oh no, it's said this way or it's pronounced this way.
you're like, it's aluminum, Carol, you idiot. Kevin's like, Sean, she's 3.
Kevin's like, Sean, it's aluminium. It's aluminium.
Yeah, she has a lisp. Cut it out. She's 4.
Yeah.
She's like, you're like, she's a fucking idiot. I don't know what you want me to do with this. I can't work like this. She's stupid. I have to live with this. This is my family. I'm on
Someone
vacation.
get her a fucking book or something.
She can't even say cinnamon.
Yeah, she says, Lord, cinnamon.
Like, are you sure you're reading to her at night? Because yikes.
Oh my goodness. I
She doesn't
can't.
have any girls, does she?
Who?
Meg. She doesn't have any girls. She has all boys.
She's a boy mom.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Um, folding plastic bags and saving takeout containers.
Oh God. I have not done that yet, thank God.
What?
I've never done that.
You don't save Walmart bags?
Oh, okay, yeah, bitch, I do.
I was like, what are you?
I thought you meant like Ziploc bags.
Oh, gross. No.
Well, that's
That
why I was like, haven't done that. But yeah, of course, like I like throw litter in Walmart bags or
I was
like
gonna say, what
I
do you
use it for the
use?
trash cans in the bathroom.
Right. I've actually elevated my bathroom trash game, and I buy like the white bags from like Market Basket, like the actual
Ooh,
trash bags.
okay, I see you.
Yeah, but in my bathroom, because we use it way more frequently, because Jeffrey throws like his contact solution, which takes up like the entire, whether he throws the box or the bottle, it takes up like
Yeah,
50% of the trash. So for those, I just use it because only we go in there, and I bring the stuff up in the bag. So I'm just
yeah,
like,
yeah. Much easier.
yeah,
Um, so this one is kind of like hand in hand, and I know we've talked about it a bunch of times on the pod, but valuing your sleep. And valuing good shoes. So like I find myself now, like when I go to the store or go to the shoe store or whatever, I put the shoes on and I'm like when you were a kid, you're just like, oh my God, like let's go. Like, why do you have to walk around in your shoes, mom? Like, why do you have to test them out? And
right.
now, like, Kevin and I will go and we'll buy new shoes and we'll be like, oh, that's nice. Like, oh, that feels good. Or we'll be like, does that help your like arches? Like, does it feel okay? And like,
Yeah,
especially because, like,
let me do the thumb trick.
yeah, yeah, like, obviously now there's so many brands too. So, like, there was this, I bought, I think it's like Q Cloud or something, or they're QC. They're
On
like those,
cloud.
yes, thank you. OC, yeah, on Cloud there was like this big hype around those. So like I bought those for, and I only wear them when I bring the dogs for like long walks because it kind of helps prolong the shoe life. Or I'll wear it like when I go to DC. But it was funny because after I had them for like a week, Kevin and I had like a full on 10-minute conversation about like how are they feeling? Like do they feel good? Like should I get a pair? Like what are we feeling? And I'm like, "Oh my God, what have we come to? Like we're just sitting here talking about shoes."
No, literally, it's a vibe.
Yep.
Like, I really like Brooks. I just bought my second pair of Brooks. I really like them.
Those are my running shoes.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of them. Um, Also, another thing is saying we have food at home.
So true. Um, okay, another one that I wrote was expressions or like sayings. So like it's raining cats and dogs, or like lately, I've been saying bizarro, and like my mom says that.
Dead.
or just like little things that like I say or pick up, and you don't notice a lot because you're not around them all the time, but like this week when we were all together, like my mom would say a specific thing or my sister or whatever, and you're like, oh my God, like we all come from the same person. Like we're all saying the same shit.
Cut from the same cloth.
Yep, 100%.
Something that happened Mother's Day, we went to go pick up pizza. It was me, Brielle, and Aaliyah. And we like hopped in my mom's car and she had like some things in her back and Aaliyah didn't buckle. And I was like, you need to buckle, like it's serious. And she was like, oh, I just forgot, or there wasn't room or something. And I was like, okay. And then we like went to go home from the pizza place to like bring it home and she wasn't buckled. She goes, oh, I forgot. I'm like, you've been buckling since you could buckle. You don't
Right.
forget.
It's second nature now, bitch. Come on.
Right. I was like, I understand you think it's cool and like you want to be that girl. But I said, I literally saw a video of a girl where the car flipped over. She went through the windshield. She got hung up on the power lines.
Yeah.
Her leg broke, got hung up on the power lines. She was hanging upside down from the freaking power lines.
Yeah.
I literally pulled up the video. I'm like, I don't care how bad this is. I was like, look at her hanging there. I'm like,
Isn't it crazy how shit changes or your perception changes once you're like the person doing it?
yeah. I'm like, Aaliyah, I'm like, listen, if you did that to Logan's mom or, Maddie's mom, she can get in trouble. And like, if you died in her car, that's on her. And Brielle's like, what about me? I'm the driver. And I was like, wow, yeah, that too.
Guilty by association.
Yeah. But I'm like, Aaliyah, like, that's not something you forget. Like, I get you want to be cool. You're at that age. You want to be like, I'm not buckled, I'm badass. But it takes one time of not even your mom doing something wrong, but someone else and her having to swerve and you going right through the window.
And it's also like just pick something else to be badass with. Like don't mess with like not buckling your seatbelt. It's actually funny that you bring this up because we were talking my brother and my sister, we were talking on vacation about how so my brother drove here, obviously, with his two kids, and we used to drive, and my sister drove with her three kids, and we used to drive to Myrtle Beach every single year since I was maybe in third grade until honestly, like up to maybe 5 or 6 years ago. But during the time of us in elementary school, middle school, and high school, we had this huge Chevy Astro van. We would all pile in and we would drive from my parents' house in Massachusetts all the way to Myrtle Beach. And we would like put the seats down and like some of us would like sleep in the back. We'd like blow up like this little air mattress or we'd put pillows down so like one kid could sleep and then we'd rotate, or we would just do like we'd put bags and stuff like aligning the back seat so you could fit two people in the back seat to sleep. And it was funny because my brother was talking about how he came down here and his kids are both in booster seats. And he was like, yeah, I don't know how we like went down south all of those years and we all like weren't buckled. We were sleeping like just out in the car. Like someone was definitely watching over us because my kids would never do that. Like he was just like the thought about allowing my kids to just lay down in the back is like so crazy to me. So it's
Yeah.
just funny like how much times have changed because we all have just seen some shit, or now he's a parent and he just like has his own whatever. And my dad like made light of it and laughed and joked around, and he was just like, well, we're all here, we made it, which is like so true, but it's also in the moment you don't think about it because you're just like, all right, this is what we're going to do, this is what works. But then when you really think about it, you're like, okay, yeah, that was like fucking wicked dangerous.
Yeah, and I mean, even just having the seatbelts that went just only across your lap.
Yeah.
And like we used to double buckle in those. If like,
Yeah.
because if you had a little booty, you were the one that double buckled.
Yep.
Like,
Damn right. Oh
and
my God,
also,
double buckling, I forgot about that. Oh.
yeah, I know. And also like another thing, people are constantly doing something while they're driving. They're texting,
Yeah.
changing the music. you just put on the radio and you drove before. Now
It's
it's
so
like
true.
you have to multitask. So like 1,000% people are just trying to do five things at once. But Jeffrey said that he used to drive to Nova Scotia across the border in, I forget what car they had, but it would be his, like, I think they could fit, I don't know if someone sat in the front. Maybe it was three people because there's four kids, two parents. I don't know if it was, I don't know. Sometimes he had to lay across the floor
Yeah,
in the back. Like he would
yeah,
like lay on the floor. They'd put pillows so it'd like be balanced out and he'd just lay on the
yeah.
floor while everyone sat in a seat because he was the youngest.
That's hilarious that you bring that up because my mom actually was telling us on this vacation that when she used to go camping, they would also go to Nova Scotia. Weird. Um, and they would pull a camper. My grandparents on my mom's side had five kids, and they would pull their camper with a sedan.
Oh my god.
They had a huge collie dog. The dog would be in the camper,
Oh no.
and my mom said all the kids would be like sitting in the back seat, and one person laid across the top, like the back where the window comes down to the bumper. Someone would lay right there as they were driving. I'm like, are you fucking serious? And she was like, yeah, every time we went camping, it was not a good time, especially driving from Massachusetts to Nova Scotia and all the kids are like switching places, taking turns laying up there. Are you fucking kidding me? Bye.
That's crazy.
But you're right though, Britt. It's like the only thing people did was just turn the radio on. So like you were a little bit more aware. But now it's like every other person you look at, they're fucking texting and driving, or they're checking something, or they're doing their makeup, or they're whatever. So
Yeah.
there's just way more hazards on the road.
And it was crazy because like I drive, my parents always listen to 104.5.
Mm,
Like it was just always on. It was probably the only one that was set. Once I was in high school, Kiss Went Away was on there. My mom would not listen to Jammin' 94.5. But like when I would drive with my aunt, her buttons were worn out from switching the song. It's like she had ADHD, and like I had never dealt with that until I drove with her, and I'm like, wow, like. But even then, it was just you knew your buttons and what you were pressing.
right, right. So
So
true. That was a good one. The only other two that I had, um, one was valuing a good cup of coffee or tea, which
oh
we've
yeah,
already kind of talked about this. We went in depth about this last pod about how I need my tea like steaming hot. Um, and then cleaning. Like, never thought it would be that big of a deal as a kid, but like now I'm just like, before anyone comes over, or just like each day I have a set day that I clean certain things. Like one day's vacuuming, one day's scrubbing the floors, one day's cleaning the toilets and the showers, one day's like, you never think you would be like that. And then I'm like, wow, I am turning into my mother because that's what she does. Like, she has a day for everything, and that's what I do.
yeah. Devin just was saying while we were at a 50th birthday party, she was like, "Yeah, we have the dog because the house cleaners are at the house cleaning." She's like, "I just said like I've had enough," and I'm like, honestly, like, yeah, like cleaning is a lot, and like she has a newborn. Like, what is she supposed to do? Run herself ragged and not enjoy her child to make sure everything looks clean? Like,
Right,
if you have the means to do it, freaking do it.
right,
It's like that to me is like how therapy is like getting their nails done for some people. Like some people are like getting my nails done is therapy. It's literally one less thing you have to think about. I know that like I do my own nails with the gel and it makes such a difference because like when I do my nails, they're, somewhat shaped. My cuticles are good. I'm not like picking at my fingers, but when they're not and I'm like an anxious person. I'm like picking, picking, picking. Then I have hangnails and I'm bleeding. Then I'm like, oh God. And then like your nails, when you don't have gel on them, they're like brittle and then they break and then you can see dirt under them. Like when you have your nails done, not that I have dirt under them and you just can't see it, but like, I don't know, having your nails done is just like one less thing you have to do. And uh,
it just
stuff
gives you a
like that,
break.
I love. Yeah, stuff like that, I love.
And
I,
and it's pampering yourself too, right? Like you're taking care of yourself. It looks pretty, it's clean, It's organized, you know.
Yes, exactly. And I would love a cleaner, but I feel like I would have to clean before the cleaner came, and it wouldn't be.
Yeah, or like my biggest thing is I always am just like I are they gonna clean it the way that I want it to be cleaned, you know? Like, and that sounds horrible because so many people have cleaners, they love them, but like I just have a specific way of doing something and then you know it's clean because you did it. Like you don't know if a cleaner cleaned it to the extent that you would, you know?
I also just don't like people in my house like that.
Agreed. I'm with you, bestie.
Well, when you say like, I know you trust who you have watch your dogs, I'm like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely trust who watches the dogs, but when it comes to cleaning, it's like I just like to do that. And honestly, like part of it for me is therapeutic too. Like I just if things are messy or they're not in a certain place, like I feel messy, so like it helps just to like clean and cleanse and go through stuff and throw shit out or whatever, all that stuff, which again sounds like my parents.
I know. I really so badly want someone to be like with me and we pull everything out and I just get rid of everything. Like
Mm,
when we did our 90s episode, like I had those Britney Spears and NSYNC books. Like, why?
yeah, right.
And
Like you're
someone was
like,
like, but
damn,
they're cool. I'm like, but am I ever going to look at them again?
other than bringing them on the pod.
But like I have so many things like that and like
Yeah,
fabric and yarn and my preschool teacher's stuff and a bunch of bamboo cutting boards that I was gonna wood burn and tea towels that I was gonna cricket press on and
yeah.
all these things and I'm like, do I just get rid of it? Because some of those things, like when we had the pot, I'm like, thank God I kept this. Or
It
when I
is
did
true
like
because I had to like find a bunch of shit. So it was good. Like it served its purpose for that for sure.
right, and like then all my craft stuff, I'm like, I never use it, but then there's always that one time 7 years later that I'm like, thank God I kept this. Like,
Yeah.
why? I
But
hate
those
it.
are the things that are hard, right? Like, and again, that's like when your parents would save that or they'd whip something out from like, childhood and you're in eighth grade and you're like, oh my God, why do you still have that? It's like, yeah, no, like sometimes it serves a purpose.
I need to just get rid of everything. Like, I
Mm,
wish I should just look at something and be like, if my house burned down today, would I miss this? Would I even know it was gone? No, bye. But some things are like brand new, so I'm like, I can't get rid of this, but I probably freaking should.
it's true.
Ugh, I hate myself. So what's up next?
The roast, bitch.
Oh shit. Okay. Hello. Are we joking? Secret Lives of Mormon Wives came out on Hulu season 2. Already finished it.
Dang.
Finished it in 2 days. Loved it.
I'm
Chef's
I'm gonna
kiss.
have to watch this.
Honestly, it's like the Real Housewives, but for our age. But the thing is, I was thinking about this today. All of them have had kids. Like, they have, like, I feel like some of them have, like, 8-year-old kids, anywhere from 8-year-old to newborns. It's like a group of, like, 7 or 8 girls. I don't even know. And, like, I mean, when you become a mom, you, like, obviously mature and you learn the ins and the outs and this thing and that thing, and you should do this and not that. But socially wise, I feel like some of them, because they don't drink and they don't, they never like went through like that phase of like partying. Like, so some of them did that recently and then like the cops got involved because they like couldn't handle it almost because they've never been drunk and like it's just weird. And then some of them were having affairs because they never had sex because you're not supposed to have sex before marriage. So like one of the girls got pregnant at 16. I think her boyfriend was like 25.
Oh shit.
So like they got married and she had children and that's at 16. So like you miss that. I mean, some people think they miss the college years. They miss the teen years. Like
Right.
so they're like immature in that way and like it's like drama and some of them don't know how to handle like girls being bitches and you can tell some of them like the producers like were probably like say this and they're like okay and like that's them stirring up drama like but it's so good. I love
My
it.
God, I'm gonna have to watch it for sure.
Also, I watched 4 seasons. Dude,
I know.
New Year's Eve,
Hmm.
I wanted to cry. But this when they told her the ex, and she was getting eaten out.
So bad.
They're like, John, you need to go, or whatever his name
For
was, and he
for
like
real.
runs out butt naked.
Yeah, it's just the best because the friend's husband or whatever was like, I think I slept with him. It's
I
so
liked when
good.
like they were all like around her and like comforting her, and then like it's about to go to a new scene, so the music starts playing, but it's really that guy that was like on his guitar. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, that show is so good. Highly recommend that one. 4 seasons. Um,
It was funny. It was sad. It was happy. It was all
yeah,
the
it
things.
was like all the feels. It was so good. Plus, like Tina Fey, so good.
Enough
Like
said.
all of those actors and actresses are really good. Um, a roast for me is I don't know if people have been watching The Last of Us, but that show is so good.
What's it on?
Same type of thing. It's like ups and downs. It's on HBO Max,
Okay.
and it's based on a video game.
Oh,
For
I've
all
heard.
the nerdy nerds out there, but one of the there's a big change this season with one of the main characters, and thought it was gonna look and feel different, but it's actually like getting more intense. But again, there's like exciting parts, sad parts, scary parts, like it has everything. So if you are interested, highly recommend The Last of Us.
Okay, cool. I read Ward D by Frida McFadden. I don't know if I read that last time. I think I kind of.
Dang, you are crushing these books.
Yeah, I don't mess around. You must have finished a book on vacation, no? Or was there too much going on?
I fucking forgot my book.
Oh,
I
no.
was furious. We
Oh,
literally got an hour into the drive, and I just looked at Kevin and I said, I forgot my book. And he just looks at me and he goes, Oh my God, same. So we both forgot our books. I
you
was
should have gotten another
pissed.
book.
Well, I looked at books that were available on like at the Airbnb, and they were all like old as fuck or not interesting. So I was like, whatever, I'll just finish it this week, or
Uh,
I'll read it on the plane on the way to London this weekend.
nice. That's so crazy that you're going on another trip.
Yeah, I know. In hindsight, it sounded so good, but then like we got home yesterday, and I was just saying to Kevin, I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna have to like pack up and do this all again. And which now obviously this is a bigger trip because we're flying, but I'm like, oh my God, the poor dogs, they're probably gonna be like, what the fuck, you guys just got home and now you're leaving again.
Hey, but you won't have to hire a dog watcher once. Is it Morgan or is it?
Yep, Morgan's gonna move
Okay,
in
I
here in
thought it was.
August, so
That'll be nice.
yeah.
How long is your trip?
It's a week, Sunday to Sunday.
Oh, nice. And
Yeah.
how long does it take to get there?
I think it's like a 5 or 6 hour. I think it's 6 hour flight.
Oh, so it's like to
Uh,
California.
yeah, it's basically the same flight to California.
Cool, cool, cool. And are you going just you two? Or are you meeting someone out there? Someone's out there?
Where us two are going to London by ourselves, and then Monday, Memorial Day, we're taking a train to Paris, and then we're spending the rest of the week in Paris with Kevin's family.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's to celebrate his mom's birthday. And then,
oh,
so we'll meet his mom, her boyfriend, and his two sisters at the Airbnb in Paris.
oh my God! Family vacation after family vacation.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. Like it was my family first, and now it's his family. Although I kind of wish they were reversed because, like, the week that I just had was so relaxing, and
Mm,
the week in Paris is going to be fun,
go,
but it's
go,
going to be
go.
right. It's going to be busy. It's going to be
Because
go
you
go
want to
go.
see the sights. Yeah,
Right, right.
that makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, is that it? Is that the roast? Did we get our roasties in there?
Yeah, did you want to tell them what you're doing? You want to hold off another week and then maybe have them guess what you're doing?
Let's hold off one more week. I'll see if the besties out there can. can guess what I may or may not be doing. I start in June, literally the Monday we get back from Paris. So that's going to be also very interesting. But yeah, it's going to be the whole month of June. It's a fast track course. So I'll let my besties out there try to maybe guess what I'm doing for my
Right. So
career
so
change.
far, your hints are he is
What?
so far your hints are that you have a training, it
Yep.
can be fast tracked, and you said it's 4 days a week,
Yes.
right?
And I have already had to take 7 prerequisite courses, like self-guided trainings before I could even start the training program. And another hint for people, I had to submit a photo of myself for a particular reason.
Is he a model? Is it OnlyFans? Is it a porno? We don't know.
Is it a movie cover? Is it an album cover? You guys
A
won't
book
know
cover?
till
Book
my
cover?
fucking album drops. Pimp Nasty Records. Here I come.
Yeah, what's your gang sign, Shaka?
Shaka. Oh my God. And oh, I told you this, but fun fact, when we were in Outer Banks, we went to a restaurant called Shaka.
Yeah. And Sean
So
was just
I was
shocking
fucking
it
dying.
up.
I literally showed up and I was like, I'm home. I'm home.
You still can't even do it.
I can't. I'm like not coordinated enough. There we go. Oh, well,
Two
besties.
shakas for the price of one.
For real, for real. It's a BOGO. It's a BOGO. Um, well, besties, thank you for catching up with us this week. Hopefully, you found lots of either memories, solace, or lots of comedy in this week's episode of how we have become our parents. I'm sure you all have lovely and funny stories as well. Feel free to submit them if you'd like. We can definitely talk about them on the next pod when we go over it. But until then, thanks for listening.
Yes, and next week we are doing Healing Your Inner Child, what we've learned. And so if you have any stories or anything for that, feel free to let us know. Drop it in our Insta. It seems like that's the most popular form of communication. So we love that. Also, cast your guesses for Sean's trade of choice.
Oh, there you go. There's another hint, y'all. Trade of
Oh,
choice.
anything can be a trade.
Well,
OnlyFans.
that's true. Feet
Yeah.
pics. You just never know.
Yeah, I mean, he had to submit a pic, if it's long enough for us, if it's not, you know what
Had
I'm
to make sure my foot made the cut. You know what I'm saying?
saying? You know what they say about big size. Okay. Well, that concludes the episode. So, as always, in Besties We Trust. Bye.
Bye.